Están sonando. This is the time. This is the perception of the time. Time, perception of the time. This is something. This is party. Today is not a good day for the objects. This is party. This is randomness. This is randomness. No. This is protection. Protection. This is eros. This is a tear or to cry. This is my mom. This is fiction. And this is a fork. This is my house. This is my dad. This is a prop. And this is rationality. So, protection, time, perception of the time, something, party, the party destroyed, randomness, this is a tear or to cry, this is eros, this is a fork, this is fiction, this is my mom, this is my dad, this is my house, this is a prop, this is rationality, this is eros. This is my mom on eros. This is my mom and my dad on eros. And then is my sister. Mom, dad, eros, and then is my brother. Mom, dad, eros, and then is me. And I'm going to bring something to represent myself. Give me a second. This is me. This is my home. This is my home, protected. This is my home, unprotected. Protected, unprotected. Protected, unprotected. This is my home. This is my mom. This is my dad. This is me. This is my brother, this is my sister. And this is violence. This is the violence in my home. This is my mom. And this is the violence. This is my mom getting closer to violence. This is my mom. This is me. This is the violence. And this... Can you throw the dice, please? Here. This is my age. 6 years old. This is my mom.
Su actualización en el estudio y su diplomacia, yo no sé si a todo el mundo rastreará así como me trapea a mí, pero yo no lo puedo trapear a usted y decirle palabras así. No, yo no lo puedo trapear hacia usted. Usted dice, se sale de los calzoncillos. Yo, ¿qué tal diciendo de malas? Entonces, Daniel, usted de malas, si usted no tiene plata, pues muy de malas. Suerte, mijo. Se siente como una loca usted.
This is my mom. This is a pattern. This is me. And this is the violence. This is my mom.
Que me muera nunca me gustará esa actitud y esa forma de hablar. Yo ya no tengo la misma fuerza porque usted me sigue tratando así.
This is my mom throwing a fork towards me.
Dar la batalla. Por eso, pues no la sigo cuando me trata así como
This is fiction. This is not fiction. Fiction, not fiction. Fiction, not fiction. This is fiction. Hey mom, how are you doing? Sí. ¿Ahorita? Actually, I'm a bit busy in this moment, but okay. Yes, mom. Mom, you already told me that in the previous call. Can we talk at 5 p.m. as we said? Sí. Hágale. Sí. Yes, mom, I am paying attention. Mom, look, I am in this moment in the middle of a solo, so I cannot talk. ¿Qué tal si hablamos a las 5? We talk at 5, right? I call you, I promise. Yeah. Okay. Okay, bye. Love you, mom. This is hope. Well done. and the technologia. And this is December. And this is party. Thank you. This is party. Hope plus party plus December equals what? Christmas. Today is Christmas. I was born the 12th of May of 1999. That means that my sun is in Taurus, my ascendant is in Cancer, and my moon is in Aries. My blood type is B+. My Estonian ID no, because I don't have. My Colombian ID is 12339073881. My phone number is 313-884-4519. And I was born with asthma, such as my father, such as my sister, and such as my brother. What is it? Thank you. And that is a pattern. Every Christmas, what we do with my family is that we gather in my grandmother's house, and we create a huge spectacle at midnight for them, for my aunts, for my uncles, for my parents, for all of them, with my brother, with my sister, and with all the cousins. We sing, we lip sing, we create choreographies just for them. But the thing is that one day, of course, my grandma died because of a lung cancer, such as my grandpa, and that is another pattern. And with them, these spectacles finished. During these days, during this period of my life, we are talking about between my 1-year-old and my 12 years old. I lived in a... this is Eros. I lived in a very classical neighborhood in Bogotá, in Colombia, in a 3-level house. 3-level house. And I remember that my room was over here, and the room of my sister was over here, and the room of my parents were in the 2nd level, like over here. And the entrance was here, well, obviously. But one day my parents decided to expand the house. So they expanded the house. So we need to move to other places in the house. So I was moved to the back of the house, and my sister was moved to the front of the house, and my parents were still there. But with expansion, they built the room of my brother over here. And after a lot of legal processes, Bogotá decided to build a road in front of my house because we didn't have a road in front of the house. And with that road, they destroyed a forest of eucalypts that was next to my house. Now, what you are seeing is the wall. right? But in those days there was a forest of eucalypts, and on the other direction, where you see the TV, right, there was my school. And the important thing about the school is that I had a lot of friends. Look at my friends. And but the problem was that they bullied me every day because I was fat, as you can see. And they gave me this beautiful nickname that was Gordo Pipon. Gordo Pipon is like to say in English, like to say no. It's like to say porky or chubby or fatty or fatso or those things. And that was because of a TV show, a Mexican TV show that is called Chespirito. Very famous. And I remember myself crying every day after school. Then we moved to another neighborhood because there were a lot of murders in my previous neighborhood. So we moved to an apartment in a neighborhood that was called Turingia. This is my apartment. My apartment. And I really love this apartment because it had really big windows. But the important thing about this, is that my first kiss happened in this neighborhood. A block close to this apartment, where you see the curtain, there was a mall. And I was in that mall, I don't remember doing what, but I was in that mall with the uniform of the school, and I was crossing the street. I was crossing the street, and suddenly a child on a tricycle, on a blue tricycle, stops in front of me. And he asked me, do you know where is La Gaitana, the neighborhood La Gaitana? And I said, yes, of course I know where is La Gaitana neighborhood, because actually the house of my grandma was there. So look, what you have to do is, wait, he was not a child on a tricycle, he was a child on a blue bike. You have to go straight until Las Mercedes Avenue, and then you have to turn to the right and go straight until you see La Gaitana police station. If you see La Gaitana police station, it's because you are in La Gaitana. And no, he was not a child on a blue bike, he was a child in a blue car. And that's all. Those are the indications. It's like an L, you see? Like an L. And he said, oh, thank you so much. And I said, no, you're welcome, it's a pleasure. And then he said, you look so handsome. You are so handsome. And I said, oh, thank you so much. And then he kissed me. He was not a child in a blue car. He was a childish 40 years old man in a blue car. And, well, I also kissed him. To admit. Then I felt a little bit uncomfortable and I moved back. And I said, well, I have to go to school now. And I was trying to go, but he asked me, can you give me your phone number? So I said, of course, my phone number is... Look, 561 661. That is my phone number. I gave him my correct phone number because I was thinking maybe he wanted to call me in this moment to check if I am giving him the correct number. Well, I need to go now. I started to walk towards my home. I arrived. Probably he did the route as I said. And then he called me. Ring. Do you want to come with me to my house? And I said, no, sorry, I must go to school today. The thing is that this was not my first kiss. I discovered that with this. My first kiss actually was in a town in Colombia. A town that is called Mesitas del Colegio. The translation to English could be little tables of the school. And I was sleeping with my sister in a bunk bed. You know, this 2-level bed. And she was telling me that she was dating a guy, Camilo. And tomorrow, they are planning to have another date. And she's quite sure that tomorrow will be her first kiss. And I was, oh my God, this is so important. And I said, you should rehearse. And she said, you think so? I was thinking to do it just spontaneously. And I said, yes, I think you have to rehearse. This is the past, no? I am 7 years old and she is like 12 years old. And I said, yeah, I think you must rehearse. Maybe with an orange could be a good option. And she said, you think so? Maybe with an apple. And I said, you think so? Maybe with a lemon. And well, we didn't know what to do. Silence. And then she asked me, can I rehearse with you? And I said, of course. And we kissed. That was my first kiss. And now we jump to the future, to the university. Jump to the future. And this beautiful thing is the university. We are at university, and this is a very important period of my life. More friends that are close to me nowadays. I love them. I was a nerd. I was the nerd of the university. And I remember that in my 5th semester, I discovered the bars. And in Bogota, we have this big bar that is called Teatron, that is the biggest homosexual bar in Latin America. It's a fact, you can check. And I remember that in one night, I kissed with Camilo, other Camilo, not the same, of my sister, with Lorenzo, with Esteban, with Santiago, with Eugenio, with Gabriele, with Edward, but I fell in love with him. And that was a mess, that was the mess, because I was deeply in love, but he used to say that we were not a couple. He was like, no, stop, we are not a couple. And I was, okay, but we sleep together every day, and he was, no, but we are not a couple. But we kiss every day, but we are not a couple. We fuck, but we are not a couple. We almost got married, but we are not a couple. He went, I present him, I introduced him to my family, but we are not a couple. We traveled to Mesita del Colegio, but we are not a couple. I am pregnant, but we are not a couple. And nowadays, I hate him. And the question could be, where was my mom all this time? This is fiction. And this is poetry. Fiction plus poetry equal imagination. And when the imagination emerges, the time stops. Sometimes I imagine that at school my friends never bullied me. Because one day, my mom arrived as a giant. And she took me and she put me away from them. And I felt protected. Sometimes I imagine that my first kiss never happened, because that day I was with my mom watching a movie in the multiplex of the mall. And when we went out, she crossed the street with me. and that childish 40 years old man in a blue car, he never stopped and he never asked to any child indications to arrive to La Gaitana. And probably he got lost in the endlessness of the time. I imagine that my sister never gave me my first kiss because that day she was sleeping with my mom, not with me. I imagine that one day at university, my mom asked me to have a conversation about love without violence. So I felt protected. We were in our house, and this was the perception of the time of that conversation. My sister was hidden behind something, and my mom was being quite rational that day. That day something changed. And I remember that my mom said, and then I said, and then she said, and then I said, and then she started to cry. And I cried. Even the time cried. This is not fiction. This is poetry. one over here is my mom. And this one is the mom of my mom. And the one in the middle is the mom of my mom. This is my mom. This is my mom. This is my mom. My mom. This is 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 my mom. My brother is my mom. My sister is my mom. I am my mom. My mom is my mom. This is a nightmare. 100 sheep before sleep. Count 1,000 sheep before sleep. Stretch before sleep. Workout before sleep. Valerian tea. Passiflora. Quetiapine, 50 milligrams. Trazodone. Clonazepam in case of crisis. My mom can't sleep.
Yo quería hablar con usted, quería saludarlo, pasaba por acá eso, a decirle que feliz cumpleaños, que Dios lo bendiga, que usted ha sido muy afortunado con ese cerebro tan terrible que tiene de estudio. Impresionante usted y este año. Que lo felicito por tantos logros, Dani. En esta vida 25 o 26, 26. Y que Dios le dé mucha salud. Y happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, mi Dani. Que los cumpla feliz. Que Dios lo bendiga, mi Dani. Yo siempre lo tengo en mis oraciones. Y estoy segura que le van a dar la ayuda de fe y alegría porque su merced es muy inteligente. Yo, papi, feliz cumpleaños. Feliz, feliz cumpleaños.
Pero mira cómo beben los peces en el río, pero mira cómo beben por ver al Dios nacido. Beben y vuelven a beber los peces en el río por ver a Dios nacer. La Virgen se está peinando entre cortina y cortina. Sus cabellos son de oro y el peine de plata fina. Pero mira cómo beben los peces en el río, pero mira cómo beben por ver al Dios nacido. Beben y vuelven a beber los peces en el río por ver al Dios nacer. Con mi burrito sabanero voy camino de Belén. Con mi burrito sabanero voy camino de Belén. Si me ven, voy camino de Belén. Si me ven, voy camino de Belén. Tuki, 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 tuki. Tuki, 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 tam. Apúrate mi burrito que ya vamos a llegar. Tuki, 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 tuki. Tuki, 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 tam. Apúrate mi burrito que ya vamos a llegar. Noche de paz, noche de amor. Chu, 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 chu. Hacia Belén va una burra, rin, rin. Yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché un remiendo, yo me lo quité. Cargado de chocolates, está en su chocolatera, rin, rin. Yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché un remiendo, yo me lo quité. Cargado de chocolates. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que el chocolatillo se lo están comiendo. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que el chocolatillo se lo están comiendo. Tutaina, tuturuma, tutaina, tuturumaina, tutaina, tuturuma, turuma, tutaina, tuturumaina. Los pastores de Belén vienen a adorar al niño, la Virgen y San José lo reciben con cariño. Tutaina, tuturuma, tutaina, tuturumaina, tutaina, tuturuma, turuma, tutaina, tuturumaina. Tutaina, tuturuma, tutaina, tuturumaina. This is my mom. Maybe what we can do is to organize in groups, you know. This is already made. I think this part is this one. This one. So I don't know. Can you help me, please, to do this? It has two sides, so we are doing this one. Thank you. Can you help me to read something?
Sure.
Yeah?
Read through it.
What?
I read it all.
A lot, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Chapter 1. My mom is a puzzle or a letter to my mom. This is my mom. My mom is a puzzle. All these days I've been trying to piece my mom back together through the people who have come. And this is where we are. It's an impossible mission. I could go to the past to trace her, enter her memories, pick out those key points and try to weave them, build a net and try to catch her. I could trace myself in the towel, realize how I learned by watching my mom wrap the towel in that bold way, tucked under her armpits so she could do the house chores. Washing, ironing, cooking, raising children, assembling puzzles. And I've realized that my mom, or not. I could go to the day when my grandfather kicked her. I could go to the 18th kick, where one of her neurons decided that from that day on, her favorite colors would be red and blue, the colors of the clothes she was wearing. I could go to the day my grandmother hit her with her nurse shoes, or the day her boyfriend hit her, or my dad hit her, or I hit her. That would be a stitch. I could also trace those who hurt her and trace those who hurt them and build that infinity. That would be another stitch. Or I could go to the year she was born, in the country where she was born, at the hour she was born, and the paths that allowed her to take and the ones it didn't. That would be another stitch. I could ask her lifelong friends to tell me what I haven't been able to see, what escapes my gaze, the other versions of my mom. Another stitch. Or none of that. I could instead just listen to her and not piece anything back together, and accept that my mom will always be incomplete, and accept her multiplicity, and in that sense forgive her, forgive us, and make promises I will not keep, to be more patient, to cook her vegetables, to visit her more, to walk the dog every time she asks, to invite her out to eat every 8 days, to go with her to every doctor's appointment, to be with her more, to scold her less, to call her more often. Daniel, call your mom.
¿Qué onda, Martín?
Dale.
¿Cómo está? ¿Estaba durmiendo?
¿Me peluqué?
No, no vi.
Sí, me quito el pelo porque, ay, no, ya no más. No, ya más.
¿Cómo
está?
está?
Usted?
Calviche.
Sí. No, este pelo ya no más. Ya no más. Lo que era yo.
Sí,
¿Te acuerdas
sí.
que yo era siempre de pelo cortico?
Sí, sí, yo me acuerdo.
Pero así. Sí.
O sea, se lo mandó a cortar mucho.
Claro, como usted soy. Claro, harto. Así tocaba, no ya más. Los pelos ahí cayendo, me decía el señor estilista
Sí.
y una señora que está ahí, que cuando uno cortaba el pelo se renovaba, ¿no?
Sí, sí. Tiene
Y
sentido.
como el pelo largo pesa, y como yo veo aquí todos los pelos en la cocina cuando estoy cocinando, veamos cómo se me caen, no, ya. Entonces hice 2 horas de gimnasio duro de fuerza.
Sí.
De fuerza.
Ajá.
Y luego me fui a caminar como me fui aquella vez por la Caracas.
Sí.
Me fui a caminar allá, me quedaba mirando cosas, fui por la 139 y pensando, me voy a aplicar.
Sí.
Cuando llegué allá, le dije al muchacho que me peluquea, me quiero cortar el pelo así como se lo tiene. Dijo, ¿verdad? Yo le dije, sí. Y él me dijo, me animó y yo le dije, corta todo, aquí te lo corto. Ya.
Sí.
Y ahorita estoy moviéndome para el mercado. Así voy a entrenar por la tarde, más bien de pierna.
Ya.
¿Y
usted? Hoy tengo 3 veces que hacer el solo y estamos en eso. Estoy bien. Sí.
¿Qué tal el clima por allá? ¿Sigue bonito los días como se me
Está muy bueno el clima. We're talking about the weather. Está muy
un día espectacular.
Sí.
Aproveche porque cuando llegue diciembre, tomen. ¿Diciembre?
Sí. Sí, en noviembre va a ser
¿Es
frío.
diciembre o qué? Eso.
Sí.
Aproveche los días bellos.
Ya.
Aprovechelos. Y estoy con Paqui, que hoy le celebra el cumpleaños
A María Elena.
hoy le celebra el cumpleaños a María Elena por la tarde porque María Elena está trabajando en un bar.
Sí,
Y
lo
trabaja
sé.
anoche. Y trabaja anoche. Y esa llamada que usted me hace a mí para su trabajo, no se la puede hacer él sin intercambiarme por él.
Lo pensé.
Porque ella
Lo
quiere
pensé.
escucharlo.
Lo pensé. Sí,
Porque
lo
ella
pensé.
quiere escucharlo.
Sí, lo pensé.
Y como usted está regalando esta llamada, entonces, usted como está regalando esta llamada, que eso no se ve.
Oiga.
Las llamadas para todos los días son para Héctor.
Héctor es muy bueno. Oiga, la amo. Toca de mierda.
Bueno, mi vida.
La amo, Martín. Chao.
Que Dios lo acompañe.
Igualmente.
Chao, mi amor.
Chao, mami. La amo. Thanks for coming. And you said well. You forgot. Shit, I forgot everything. No, I'm kidding. Everything was so funny.
If somebody still wants to continue watching something, episode 1